It's not every day that you get to see a truly remarkable item walk through the door of a pawn shop. But on Pawn Stars, these incredible moments happen more often than you might expect. From famous rock and roll memorabilia to rare historical artifacts, the show has brought us face to face with some jaw-dropping finds. Have you ever wondered how an item with such deep history ended up in a pawn shop? Or how valuable some of these things really are? The stories behind the items are just as fascinating as the treasures themselves, with some worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. So, what's the most shocking discovery Pawn Stars has ever featured? Today, we're diving into the top 10 finds that left us all in awe. Trust me, some of these will have you asking, how is this even possible? Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Fame Game TV for more unbelievable moments. Jimi Hendrix's guitar. The first item on our list is a true gem for music lovers, a 1963 Fender Stratocaster that was once played by the legendary Jimi Hendrix. This guitar isn't just any musical instrument, it's a piece of rock history. The guitar found its way to the gold and silver pawn shop through a seller who had an incredible story to go with it. The seller claimed that the guitar had been used by Hendrix during some of his most famous performances. To make sure it was real, an expert was brought in to authenticate it, and the results were clear. It was the real deal. Once the authenticity was confirmed, the guitar was appraised at an eye-popping $1 million. Rick, one of the main pawnbrokers at the shop, made an initial offer of $450,000, but he quickly raised it to $600,000, knowing just how rare and valuable this guitar was. However, despite Rick's efforts, the seller wasn't ready to let go of the instrument for less than its full value. After some negotiation, the guitar remained in the hands of its original owner. Even though this incredible piece of rock history didn't sell that day, it's still remembered as one of the most valuable and famous finds in Pawn Stars history. The story behind the guitar, its connection to Jimi Hendrix, and the unforgettable moment it brought to the show have made it an iconic discovery that fans will never forget. 1922 High Relief Peace Dollar. Next on the list is an amazing find, a rare 1922 High Relief Peace Dollar. One of the most sought-after coins in the world, this coin is incredibly valuable and considered one of the rarest in numismatics, the world of coin collecting. When the seller brought this coin into the gold and silver pawn shop, the experts immediately recognized its worth. They quickly estimated that the coin's value could range anywhere between $50,000 and $100,000, which already made it an impressive piece. The coin, with its historical significance and rarity, was appraised carefully. After some discussion, the peace dollar was sold for around $80,000, a huge amount for a single coin. This sale shows how Pawn Stars handles high-value items with care, especially when it comes to collectibles like rare coins. It's fascinating to see how something so small in size like a coin can have such a huge value. What makes this discovery so special is how it reminds us that the world of pawning isn't just about old furniture or random items. Sometimes, the treasures that walk through the door are highly valuable artifacts that connect us to history. This 1922 High Relief Peace Dollar is a perfect example of how even a single coin can carry immense worth and importance in the world of collectibles. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things are the most valuable, and Pawn Stars always finds a way to showcase these rare treasures. The Book of Mormon, 1842 edition. One of the most fascinating finds on Pawn Stars was an 1842 edition of the Book of Mormon. This particular edition is a highly prized religious text, especially among those who follow the Latter-day Saint movement. Back when it was first printed, only a limited number of copies were made, making this book extremely rare. Because of its rarity and historical importance, the Book of Mormon was appraised at an impressive $40,000, which is a lot for a single book. When the seller brought the book to the gold and silver pawn shop, experts quickly recognized how special it was. After some careful negotiation, the seller ended up accepting an offer of $24,000. Although the final sale price was lower than the initial appraisal, it still made for a great deal, especially considering the book's historical and religious significance. What made this discovery so memorable was how it showed the wide variety of valuable items that come through the pawn shop. Pawn Stars is known for featuring everything from rock memorabilia to rare coins, and this rare edition of the Book of Mormon added another layer to the incredible mix of treasures featured on the show. For collectors and history enthusiasts, this edition is truly one of a kind and continues to stand out as one of the most remarkable moments in the show's history. 1932 Lincoln Convertible V12. For car enthusiasts, one of the most exciting discoveries on Pawn Stars was a 1932 Lincoln Convertible V12. This vintage car is a real gem, both rare and valuable. It caught the attention of the Pawn Stars team right away because of its age and the fact that it was still in good condition. Experts appraised the car at a whopping $170,000, which certainly made everyone take notice. However, even though the car was in great shape for its age, there were a few small imperfections. Because of these issues, the seller agreed to lower the price. After some back-and-forth negotiations, the car was sold for $95,000. This deal made it one of the biggest classic car sales on the show. The 1932 Lincoln Convertible V12 is a great example of how valuable classic cars can be, especially when they are well maintained and have a unique history. Even though the final price was lower than expected, it still showed how rare and valuable vintage cars are in the world of collectibles. This find will go down as one of the most memorable moments in Pawn Stars history for car lovers and collectors alike. 1961 Fender Stratocaster, Vic Flicks guitar. Guitars have a special place in music history, and the next find on Pawn Stars is a true treasure for any music fan. A 1961 Fender Stratocaster, once owned by Vic Flick, the musician famous for playing the iconic James Bond theme, was brought into the pawn shop. This guitar is more than just an instrument. It's a piece of music history. Experts appraised it at around $70,000, making it one of the most valuable guitars featured on the show. After some back-and-forth negotiations, the seller agreed to take $55,000 for the guitar, marking it as one of the most significant guitar-related finds in Pawn Stars history. The connection to the James Bond theme made this guitar even more special, as it was part of such an iconic moment in pop culture. The guitar's age and unique background only add to its value. This discovery is a perfect example of how Pawn Stars frequently handles rare and valuable music memorabilia. These items are often tied to cultural moments that define generations, making them highly sought after by collectors. For any music lover, this find is truly unforgettable, highlighting the lasting impact of musical history on our world today. George Washington's suit. One of the most incredible historical items ever featured on Pawn Stars was a silk suit that once belonged to George Washington, America's first president. This suit, dating back to the 18th century, was originally pink, a colour that symbolised wealth and high status at the time. The seller came in asking for $3 million, a very high price for such an item. After some careful consideration and expert appraisals, Rick offered $2 million for the suit, but the seller wasn't willing to accept that price. Even though the deal didn't go through, the moment was still unforgettable. The opportunity to see and touch an item so directly connected to George Washington was truly special. This suit wasn't just a piece of clothing, it was a symbol of America's early history and its founding father. The discovery of this priceless suit reminds us how some items hold immense historical value. While the sale didn't happen, it was still one of the most significant moments in Pawn Stars history. For history lovers and collectors, a piece of history like this is irreplaceable, and it's easy to see why it was so highly valued. O.J. Simpson's Bronco. One of the most memorable moments on Pawn Stars was the appearance of O.J. Simpson's infamous white Ford Bronco. This car became famous for its slow-speed chase in 1994, which was broadcast live on TV. The Bronco holds a significant place in history because of the events surrounding it. The seller came in asking for $1.3 million, But Rick was hesitant due to the car's controversial past. After thinking it over, Rick decided not to buy it. Even though the Bronco didn't sell, the moment became one of the most talked about in Pawn Stars history. This Bronco is a reminder that sometimes items with a complicated history can still show up in a pawn shop. It's a fascinating part of the show, and it will always be remembered as one of the most iconic and polarizing items featured. JFK's Humidor. For history lovers and fans of presidential memorabilia, one of the most fascinating items ever featured on Pawn Stars was John F. Kennedy's personal humidor. This beautiful piece of furniture not only held cigars that JFK used while in the White House, but it also connected directly to one of America's most loved presidents. Appraised at an impressive $95,000, the humidor was a valuable part of American history. After some negotiation, the seller agreed to sell it for $60,000. This deal marked the humidor as one of the most valuable presidential items ever seen on the show. For anyone interested in American history, this item was more than just furniture. It was a piece of the past, offering a unique glimpse into the life of President Kennedy. The humidor remains a standout moment on Pawn Stars for its historical significance and value. The Beatles' original contract. One of the most iconic moments in music history on Pawn Stars happened when the original contract between the Beatles and their manager, Brian Epstein, was brought into the shop. This contract played a huge role in the band's rise to fame and is considered one of the most important documents in music history. The Beatles' contract was valued at an impressive $500,000, but the seller was hoping for $1 million. After some back-and-forth negotiations, Rick made an offer of $350,000, but the seller ultimately decided not to sell. Even though the deal didn't go through, the contract remains one of the most valuable and significant items ever featured on the show. This moment is a reminder of how powerful music is and how the stories behind the songs and the people who created them can hold great value. The Beatles' original contract is a true treasure in the world of music memorabilia, showcasing how iconic moments from the past continue to shape history today. It's proof that the impact of music and its history can never be underestimated. The rare gold bar from a shipwreck. Finally, let's talk about a truly exciting find on Pawn Stars. A rare gold bar recovered from a shipwreck. This gold bar had a fascinating story behind it, which immediately caught the attention of the shop's experts. The seller was hoping to get a large amount for the gold, but despite its historical value, the price was tough to reach. Even though the sale didn't go through, this gold bar remains one of the most memorable and thrilling discoveries to ever come into the shop. It's a perfect example of how treasure, history, and the sea can all come together in a pawn shop. The connection to a shipwreck and the value of gold made this find something truly special. The discovery of this gold bar reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected treasures are just waiting to be found. Pawn Stars never fails to amaze us with its incredible discoveries, and these 10 shocking finds are just the tip of the iceberg. From priceless historical items to iconic pop culture treasures, every piece tells a story that keeps us coming back for more. Have you ever wondered what treasures could be hiding right under your nose? Who knows? The next big find could be in your own backyard. So keep watching Pawn Stars to see what surprises the gold and silver pawn shop has in store next. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Fame Game TV for more amazing discoveries.